I'm done. I'm done freaking done. Good morning, guys. Happy Monday. Happy Monday, y'all. There was some drama that ensued last night at the homeless shelter. Girl, I can't get enough. I can't get enough of you. How much is my I got $80 left on here. I thought I had less than that. God is good. Good morning, everybody. Y'all, I'm laughing. It was a crazy night. It was a crazy night on the horizon last night at the shelter. It was a crazy night at the shelter, you guys. I'm gonna name that video. The girl invited us outside to catch a fade. They invited us outside last night at the shelter to the street to catch a fade. If you guys don't know what that means, catching a fade, and the young culture today, that means come on outside and get your butt whipped. Yes, we were invited outside to catch a fade. Well, not really me per se. But the other girl was invited outside to get into a fight with the trans person. Child, was so funny. It was funny, but y'all gonna have to wait for that video to come out. I love your card play. What is card play? Good morning. Thank you. I appreciate it. Good morning. How's everybody doing? Good morning. If you guys are new here, you guys don't know who I is. I am homeless single woman. Some people come here and ask me for my name. I never give out. But um I never give out my government name, guys, because there's a certain amount of privacy that a person should have, but I guess in this world there's no such thing as privacy, right? But I look a mess with these damn glasses. I gotta get me some new ones. But yeah, there was so much drama at the homeless shelter last night. So much drama going on. But I got my coffee and I'm starting my day. I'm gonna go over to the gym to do my exercise, guys, because last night I did not work out. I didn't work out last night. Um, I didn't work out yesterday at all, which was fine. I have to have days off for my body to heal, not heal, but just kind of give my body a little bit of TLC. I didn't do nothing yesterday. Like, I was supposed to go to the laundromat and everything. I didn't even do that. So, I didn't do much of nothing. Some days I just take off to just do absolutely nothing, to just be a bum. You know what I'm saying? Be a real bum. I'm already a homeless person, so might as well, tap it up a notch. You know what I mean? But good morning, happy Monday to everybody. What are you guys up to this morning? It was a little bit of drama that ensued last night at the homeless shelter. A fight almost happened. The girl, and it was actually happening in my bedroom last night. The girls were in there going at it, and the trans person, the trans girl, I guess she's a trans man. She invited one of the girls outside to catch a fade. So going outside to catch a fade means going outside to get beat up. So she invited the white chick to come on outside and catch this fade. So it was just funny. Just like the stream and drop some good energy. Thank you. As someone also going live right now, I respect the effort. Blessing to this creator and all the viewers who support her grind. Thank you. I appreciate that. What is your channel about? Let me know. What you got? What are you talking about over there on that live stream? Good morning. I go live twice a day. I normally try to go live twice a day. Yesterday, unfortunately, since I was off, I went live in the morning for 2 hours, and then I did another live stream in the afternoon for 2 hours. So I look at YouTube as my job now. But when I started my YouTube channel, I didn't look at this channel as a job, but it's a job for me now. It's like a part-time job, even though I'm running it like a full-time job. It's really a part-time job. So I'm not on my YouTube channel full time. I just do this kind of part time when I have time, when I'm at work and I got a few extra minutes here or there. I will, you know, go put a video up or, go do this. So it's kind of like a part time job for me. But it's a job that I like doing, so it's not really that bad for me. If it's something that you enjoy doing, it's not really like a job. So it's not really like a job for me in my heart. So, but I appreciate everybody that come by here every morning. I'm here every morning. Normally around this time, I'm here in the morning. Depends on what I got going on. I might be here a little bit earlier, but I always try to run a live stream in the morning before I start my day at the gym or before I even go to work. I'll come here and chat it up with y'all, see how y'all night was, see what's going on, letting everybody know what my channel was about. I am a single woman and I am homeless, living in a homeless shelter inside the United States of America. So that's what I talk about on my channel. I talk about homelessness. I talk about the things that happen inside these homeless shelters in America. Homelessness is an epidemic, y'all. Do you guys know that? It's an epidemic. It is an epidemic going on all over the world. You know, some places are really, really in bad shape with the homeless stuff, but, you know, I'm getting at it every day. I'm going every day trying to, change my situation. It's hard because things are expensive. So it's not an easy thing to try to get out of this type of lifestyle, but you can do it. You can do it. You can do it. Yeah, some drama ensued last night at the shelter, and it was crazy. The girls kind of wanted to fight. Everybody's arguing over a light. Then the trans girl, she got up. She was going through her bags. She threw her bags on the floor. She had a lot of stuff inside, like trash bags or whatever. So she threw her trash bags on the floor, and she started going through them. And then she started to say, "Somebody stole my stuff. Y'all stole my stuff." This is how she started, and this is how I know the girl got mental illness going on because you're insane. What is it that you do for work? I don't talk about my job. I do have a full-time job, but I don't talk about it. Homelessness is difficult. God bless. Yeah, I don't really talk about my job because I have a lot of people that the crazy people that's on. I do work full time. And I have crazy trolls that come here and they try to find like my shelter, they try to find my job. So I really don't even talk about like my state, where I'm at, where I live, anything. I don't tell people nothing. I just come on here and talk about my homeless situation, try to drop some nuggets on people to let them know that my experience, but I don't really give too much of my information out because I can't. I'm not a big creator, but I have people that try to find me. You know, they're saying, "Oh, I'm going to call the shelter. I'm going to let them know this. I'm going to let them know that." So I really don't disclose any of my personal information, but I do work full time. I do work a full time job, and I appreciate that. Your kindness and your kind words, I appreciate it. And I hope that you subscribe and you come back. I hope that you guys subscribe to the channel. If you want to know anything in depth about my story, you have to go watch my playlist. I do have a playlist that has short videos. The short videos are only like a minute long. Some of them could be 2 minutes long. Those are my shorter form videos. And if you guys want to know anything in depth, you can watch some of my longer form videos, which are like 20 minutes long. So you can go watch those as well. So I always direct y'all back to that. I don't mind answering questions, but some things, if they're too personal, I really won't answer. Most of the time, I will ignore the question if people ask me certain things. Some people ask me my birth date, and I don't understand why, because I understand people are trying to find out who I am. They want to know my name, they want to know my address, they want to know where the shelter is, so that they can try to get me in trouble. Because the last shelter I was in, I was kicked out of it. I did get put out the shelter, honey. I went out, got put out the shelter, and I went into another one. So look at God. Look at God. God always got his back for me. God always got me. You know what I mean? So no worries. That's good for work. Can't change a lot when you don't work. Yeah, I know, right? I'm so blessed. I'm so blessed to I'm in a better position. Like when you're in a homeless shelter, you're like a rich person if you have a job and a car. You're rich. You know what I'm saying? Even though I'm not like rich, but in a homeless shelter, if you have a car and you have a job, they look at you like you're like the top dog in there. You know what I'm saying? Even though some people look down on me, but I work for this car. Like I don't. This car didn't just fall out of the sky. I didn't just give somebody, "Hey, you deserve a car. Here you go." It doesn't work that way. I worked hard for my car, and I still continue to work for my car. So, um, and some of the girls in the shelter will try to attach themselves to me and say, "Hey, we should hang out." I said, "I don't got time to hang out, sis. I'm in a homeless shelter. Do you really think I got time to be hanging out with any of y'all? Random people that I don't even know? Like, no, I'm good. I'm good. I'm good, sis. I'm doing the same thing I've been doing. Going to work every day on my days off. I'm not in this shelter because I don't want to be around this terrible energy that's in this shelter. Everybody's pissed off, mad, angry, bitter, hate their situation. I hate my situation too. But guess what I'm not going to do? I'm going to get up every day and I'm going to try my best to do something great. Do something great. And doing something great is saying that, hey, I'm going to work every day and I'm going to try to make a better situation for myself. Because if you're sitting around every day, mad and angry, bitter at your situation, you're not going to make it very far. And that's what I see in this homeless shelter with these women. Everybody's freaking pissed off at their situation. Heck, I'm pissed off too, but I don't live my life every morning waking up being pissed off because really, I put myself here. I did this to myself. I know the things that I did wrong, and I know the things that I have to change for self. There's a lot that I can do to change, and that's what I'm doing every single day, changing my situation. Because we sitting around here angry. I see, like last night when the two girls were in the shelter and they were arguing and stuff, the one girl, the trans girl, she's filled with so much anger and rage. And I gotta go get me some mace too. I'm gonna go to Walmart today. I supposed to have been got me some mace, but I need to get me some mace because that girl she's unhinged, man. She's going around like threatening people now, and she's done this multiple times inside the shelter or whatever. So the staff members, they don't really do nothing about it. Like, she's threatening people and this and that. I told the girl in my room, I said, well, you can call the police if you feel threatened, girl. You can call the cops and tell them that you're scared. You know what I mean? But the thing is, to get like a restraining order on someone, you have to actually have some kind of physical evidence of something that was like happened. So, but yeah, the girls are filled with so much anger and rage. Not everybody, but most of the girls are mad at their situation. And I was like, well, you can't be mad at nobody but yourself because you put yourself here. We're homeless because of us. You can't be homeless because of someone else unless you probably live with somebody and they end up putting you out. Like, but I know I'm there because of my own action. So it's a lesson to be learned in the actions that we choose to make in life. Love from Tampa, Florida. Good morning. How are you today? How was your weekend? Let me know. I'm going to the gym. I usually go to this other gym that's down the road from me, but I'm gonna go to this one. Because that other gym down the street, it's the girl and the man that works in there. They're not very friendly when you come in. I feel like sometimes they almost damn near ignore me, but I'm going to the other gym, the more friendlier staff. But I am going to talk for a little bit. It's kind of warm out here today. I don't know if the warm means that let me back up, see what the signs say. It's fairly warm out today. Oh, psychic reading. Oh, somebody's doing a psychic reading for $10. Oh boy. Oh boy. I'm gonna go to this other gym and enjoy my little workout. I'm probably just gonna do it for like 30 minutes or whatever, but I'm not gonna stay too long today because I got other things that I need to do. My schedule today is filled up. Just got stuff that I gotta do, and it's like every Monday I got stuff that I need to do. So, but God is good, man. But like I said, it's a lot of anger in these shelters, a lot of rage. But you have to be just angry with yourself because we somehow put ourselves in this situation. And I know, unfortunately, some things can happen where you could be living with your family or living with whoever, and they end up putting you out for whatever reason. The reason could be like it could have been a death in the family. It could have been whatever reason that somebody put you out their house. So we got to look at ourselves, and but there's always unfortunate events. There's things that can happen, unfortunately. Yeah, no one's perfect. No one is we're not blaming you for like everything, but sometimes, most of the time, it's our own fault while we're in our situations that we're in. So that's what we have to understand. Like, okay, we got to do something to better our situation, but we can't sit around at a homeless shelter all day being angry and mad and threatening other women that's in there trying. She was saying, like, putting some things out of her mouth. She was like, why can't I have the light on? You got these girls be laying up in here, sitting around here all day. And I looked at her like, sis, you sit around here all day. Like, what you saying? What you saying? I said, I'm not here all day, so you ain't talking to me, but um, y'all be sitting around here all day doing nothing, and I can't turn on the light. And I understand the fact that you wanted the light on to do whatever you was doing. I get that. But, you know, there's a way that you say, hey, y'all mind if I turn on this light real quick? So we already know those girls like to be in the dark. I don't like the dark per se, but, you know, I came in last night at what time? I came in last night at a particular time, and 2 hours into me being in the shelter, the girls started arguing. The trans lady, the trans chick, she started her mess. And I was like, well, I'm not going to entertain this. I'm not going to entertain such a thing. But I had to say something to her in a respectful way. I wasn't yelling at her or anything, but I was basically, yo, what's up with you? Because I said you used to be really nice. You've been quiet, and we've been giving you so much grace and so many things that you've been doing. I said, we haven't been getting on your case about anything. I said, why are you coming in here today being aggressive and being very, you know, disrespectful to your roommates? Like, we don't treat you like that. Even the things that you be doing, sis, we give you nothing but grace, baby. I feel abundantly blessed to have family that can always turn on. That's great. You are lucky to have that. Not everyone has that support system. Breaks my heart. Yeah, I don't have that support system, unfortunately. And I talk about that too, with my journey of being homeless. I don't have family support. You know what I'm saying? I have a lot of siblings. My mom and dad are passed away. Rest their spirits and souls. But my parents are dead. So they've been gone for a long time. But my family that's here, my sisters, my brothers, they don't help me with anything. So, how are you? I'm good today. Happy Monday. I'm just here getting ready to go work out at the gym, but I'm going to talk to y'all for the rest of my time. I always go live early in the morning. So, try to get to know you guys. I want you guys to subscribe. I would like for you guys to like my videos. I have 16 people watching me and only have 8 likes. If you guys don't mind just giving me some likes, let's let them likes match. Let's match energies, guys. Can we get those likes up to at least 18 or 16 now? I got 16 people watching me. But I'm pretty much here every day. I do the same thing every day. So sometimes I be bored. Like, oh my God, I do the same stuff every day. I'm bored with this life. But I think a lot of us do the same thing every day, you know. And if you have a family, you have a great support system, you are very lucky, because a lot of us out here don't have that. I've been out here in the streets on my own for like 2 years, trying to figure it out, trying to seek shelter. I did stay with a niece, and she ended up putting me out. And this was like almost a year ago. So I end up, when I got evicted out of my apartment, I went right to her house because she offered me to go there. So she was like, oh, you can stay with me until you get yourself together. But I think my niece bit off more than what she can chew. My niece has always been the type of person to save people, right? She always want to save people. But then when she saves them, they get in her house. Then she finds out that she doesn't want them there anymore. And that's when she kicked me out and made up all these excuses of why. So she would go into the family and tell my family like stuff, you know. And I didn't really care what she said because I don't talk to her anymore. But my niece does work at my job. I don't have to like directly work with her, but I do have to call her and talk to her on the phone about certain things. So, but she put me out and it broke my heart. It broke my heart the way that she did it. And I have to do some updated videos on that story with my niece and her kicking me out and everything that kind of perspired after that. Yeah, I got to finish telling that story time about that. But I stayed with my niece and she ended up putting me out. Then I ended up staying with this chick, this female that I had worked with for probably over a year, and we ended up parting ways too. So a lot of the times when you end up living with people, if it's not like your romantic partner or your husband or wife, a lot of the times it doesn't work out in the roommate situation with me. And it was so funny because when I stayed with my girlfriend, the person I thought was my friend, when I ended up staying with her, I had my own room and everything. I had my own room and own bathroom. She used to come and snoop around in my room and just a lot of stuff. I gotta finish telling that story time too, of why me and my why me and my roommate parted ways. But I've been through so much in these last 2 years, and I don't come on here to cry and complain about woe me, woe me, woe me. But I just come here and talk about it. Hey, if you ever lose your house or your apartment, a shelter is probably going to be on your horizons. Which sucks. Nobody wants to live at no shelter. Nobody want to be at a shelter telling them what to do and how to live or anything. Nobody wants to live like that. But unfortunately, if you don't have anywhere else to go, unless you're going to lay on the streets every night, and most people don't want to lay in the streets, so you're not going to have a choice but to go into a shelter. And when you go into a shelter, you're going to be around a whole bunch of unfit people, around a whole bunch of unkept people that don't want to shower, a whole bunch of mental illness, a whole bunch of drugs, depending on where your shelter is. Some shelters are in the inner cities, and some shelters are out in the country, out in the woods, the sticks. So it's different. It's a little bit different atmosphere when you're in the woods than being in the shelter. I've been in the shelter that's kind of in the woods, and I've been in a shelter that was in a city. And I noticed when you're in a shelter that's inner city, you're dealing with a lot of drug addicts. Then when you go into a shelter like in kind of like a rural country kind of area, it's a little bit different energy because people don't really have access to drugs out there unless you have a car or something like that. But you know, I've been to 2 different type of homeless shelters, and yeah, I appreciate these kind of discussions because I think no matter what kind of lifestyle you live, it's always a good reminder that things can get worse. Thank you for sharing your experience. No problem. Thank you for coming by. I hope that you subscribe and join the channel and come along with me on the journey of, you know, and I say 2026 is going to be my best year because 2026 is going to be the year that I'm going to find housing again. I'm going to find what I need. It doesn't matter like what eviction or whatever. What God has for me is for me, right? Good morning, Rhonda. How you doing? What God has for me is for me. I'm not hopeless. I'm not, I didn't give up hope on life. I know that I'm going to be restored. Everything that I lost is going to come back to me 100-fold. So I have that faith in God that I know that God is taking me in a direction. I needed to go through this. You know what I'm saying? I needed to be homeless to learn lessons. You know what I'm saying? I needed to be like this. Even though it sucks and it hurts so bad to be misplaced and not really have a place that I could call home. But I needed to experience this situation so I can be better. Rhonda, the teacher, God doesn't judge you who you are. Thank you. How you doing? Yeah, I needed to experience this situation. Even though through eviction I had to experience this. But everything that I went through in this journey of, you know, living with people and being put out, I had to experience this. I needed to experience this side of life. Because now I can say how I'm going to move for the rest of the remaining of my life. I have no one to depend on. And, you know, and I really didn't depend on people, but I just kind of thought that I would have a little bit more support. So I needed things taken away to realize things I was missing. Yeah. Definitely things were snatched away from me. So definitely things were snatched away. Yes. Things were snatched away from me in life. And I definitely learned a huge lesson. There's a blessing behind every lesson. So I was put down for 2 years and I'm still down, but I'm doing better every day. So yeah, for sure. Remove people and let me know that, you know, sometimes even family doesn't even have your best interests at heart. So if you have a loving, kind, supportive family, be super grateful for that. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And thankfully I know God and I know how to pray and I know how to ask God for forgiveness and things that I've done. I've been past all of that situation. I've accepted responsibility for the things that I've done wrong because my whole journey, it hasn't always been like a perfect thing. You know, I've done things that I shouldn't have done. Your mom doesn't even check on you. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. Yeah, my family they damn sure don't check on me, but one thing they do is try to check on my social media. It's so funny when they find out you have a social media account, and I'm a voiceful person, so I'm going to be talking about my pain. Like certain things I go through, I'm going to come up here and I'm going to talk about it because I have to. I have to let it out. I have to get it out of I have to let it out. So, I have to let it out. I'm sorry you're going through that. I know how it is with family. I'm going through it now too with siblings that I thought would catch me when I was falling, because this is the first time in my life that I've ever journaled. I do have a journal as well. I do journal. Not as much as I should, but I make video journals, and I do have a journal where I do write in, and I just can't find it. I don't even know where my journals are. I have to find them, but I do have journals for sure. My sister contacts me only if she needs money. I've chosen to block her. Well, good for her. If you see somebody coming around and they're only asking for things and they're not really genuinely asking you how you're doing, They're not, they don't care about you. They're only asking. That's how the relationship was with my niece when I had my apartment. My niece will always call me and ask me for money because she knew I had it, and I had 2 jobs at the time, so I was making pretty good money. But I could save money. Like, I'm not really like the person that, oh, I got money, I gotta go spend it, I gotta go buy this. I'm not really a big spender, so I can save money with no problem. Because I don't be in the stores buying clothes, buying this, buying that. I've just never been. I can hold on to some money. If it's not a bill that I'm paying, I can hold on to some money. So she will always hit me up for money. And she was my niece, and she wasn't only my niece at the time. She was more like a sister that I never had, because I wasn't close with my sisters and my siblings and stuff like that. So my niece, she came out the woodwork like she was my best friend. You know, we used to communicate throughout the years. I used to talk to her at least once or twice a week. Oh, I'm going through this. You know, I would tell her all my business, of course. You know, all my business, my dating experiences with men. And I would look at my niece like my niece was like my best friend or my sister that I never had. But my niece was only really in my life so she can gain information and get information from me so that she can go run and tell her mom or tell someone else, oh, she told me about it. So my niece was super fake, but I thought that she cared about me, man. I thought she loved me. I thought she was like, you know, blood doesn't always mean everything. That is true. How do you balance life without facing homelessness? Prioritizing your health and hitting the gym. Golly, you are a strong woman. Yeah, man, I was doing all of this before I was homeless. So this is a part of my life. I was doing all these things before I was evicted out of it. I've been in the gym now for like 14 years, like straight up. I've been doing this gym life, this fitness stuff. Because when I had my daughter, and she's 14 now, and I don't even talk about my kids. So she's 14 now, but when I had her, I was a size 14, and that was 13 years ago. So I've been in the gym ever since because I was a size 14 and I knew I didn't like my weight. I don't like carrying weight on me like that. I like to be a thin person because I was always little and thin in high school, and that's how I always want to remain, like on the smaller side. That's just my liking. So I didn't want to be plus size. I was a 14 and I didn't like that weight. I got all that weight when I was pregnant because I was eating whatever I wanted. I was having whole pizzas and this and that. So I wasn't taking care of myself during my pregnancy. So I ate whatever I wanted. Because I remember the doctor used to always tell me, you need to slow down. You got to do, you know, diabetes and all this stuff. I didn't listen to the doctor because I was like, well, I'm pregnant and I'm hungry. So if I'm pregnant and I'm starving, I'm going to eat. You know, when you're pregnant, you're hungry like every 10 minutes. So, but I was big. So ever since then, when I had her, I started walking. I went out there and started walking because I know I didn't like the weight that I had on me. I started walking. Over time, I started jogging, and I joined the gym. I started doing a lot of cardio. And of course, I'm inside my own apartment at the time. I was making healthy meals, like having salmon, some vegetables, and just looking at my weight. But I've been doing this for 14 years. I balance it because, you know, I work full time. The gym is just part of my life. Like, it's like part of me. Like when I wake up in the morning and I brush my teeth, I still have to do something physical every day. Like even in the summertime and springtime when it's nice outside and you can go out there and take a walk, I will always say, even if I don't get 30-minute exercise, I try to push for an hour of exercise, right? So even if you don't do an hour of exercise, do 15 or 20 minutes and you're done. Like, even if you can't do 15 or 20 minutes, do 5 minutes. You did something, right? If you do something every day for your health as far as exercising, it matters, right? Because now you're like, oh, I did 5 minutes today, so I feel inclined to keep going. There was times over these years that I did quit. Like, I think the most I fell off, it was like a week. And mostly time in the past, when I used to fall off exercising, I would just fall off and not even attempt to go. Like, I fell off anyway, so ain't no way. I always had the mindset, even if I fall off, I don't care if I fell off for 4 days and I didn't exercise or do anything. I'm going to go back for that 5th day. I have to, because it's ingrained in me. It's like waking up, brushing my teeth. So the gym life is a part of my lifestyle, and I like doing it. Like, I like exercising and everything. Some days I don't want to, but I enjoy it. Like right now I'm at the gym. I'm like, oh, I don't even feel like going in anymore, but I'm gonna go in there and get something done because I feel good. Like after I exercise, I feel amazing. I feel great. So it's a part of my life. It's like me waking up, brushing my teeth every morning and washing my face. Like I have to do that. My nephew only contacts me for money and asking to buy him a car. You just say no. You don't give anybody money. Say, no, I can't help you. Sorry. You need to go get a job. Or if you need more money, this is what you tell your family. If you need more money in your life, that means you need to go find a second job like most people. That's it. My niece was the same way with me, and I used to give her money because I thought she cared about me. I thought she was my family. I would give her money, and she would always pay me back. But the funny thing is, when people want to pay you back through Cash App charges you fees for when you take, you know what I'm saying? Your career alert, 1/5 regardless. If I see your content, I'm thinking about you and praying. Thank you. I appreciate that, Dior Cartel. My niece only contacts my husband I'm separated from for her money. Yeah, you just say no. Good morning, Rhonda. How you doing this morning? Yeah, I'm at the gym. It's 7. This is around the time I normally be trying to get out the way. Yeah, I do weightlifting. I do cardio. I do yoga, stretching, and everything. Those are the things I really focus on. I do weight training a little bit. Haven't really been lifting weights lately because I've been having this little nick in my back. So I haven't really been doing it the last few days because I had this little thing in my back that I was trying to figure out where it came from. Like I needed to be stretched, right? But I don't want to go to a chiropractor. But the nick seemed like it kind of came out. So I just focus on like yoga stretches and weights. And then I do my cardio. I do like 20 minutes of cardio, 15 minutes of cardio on a stair stepper or the treadmill, or I go on the elliptical. I really do like the elliptical too. The elliptical is pretty fun. That's probably what I would be doing today. The elliptical for like 20 minutes. Yeah, it's just part of my life. Oh, well. So you stayed at a shelter instead of seeing your daughter on Christmas. It doesn't matter what I did. It's really none of your business. I say the Lord will bless you if you pray. That's my way now. Amen to that. You don't really know what I did behind the scenes, so it's really none of your business. But yeah, I'm at the gym now. I'm just going to start getting my stuff together. Good morning, Hazel. How you doing? And see, that's the main reason why I don't talk about my kids, because people up here be saying stuff and they don't even know anything about what I'm doing with my family. So you don't know what I'm doing behind the scenes with my children or my family. So that's why I don't talk about it. That's why it's none of your damn business, because I don't speak about my kids, because it's none of your business. You don't know what I'm doing with my family. Yeah, they need to mind their damn business. They always come here to try to like pick you apart and say things. Why are you so concerned about my kids? Are my kids living in your house? Are they living in my teenagers? Are they living in your house? I have one minor daughter and she's 14 years old. You don't know where she's at. And it's none of your damn business. I ain't got to tell you a damn thing. I don't have to come here and update y'all on the living conditions of my daughter. You don't know what the hell I did on Christmas, because guess what? I didn't even live stream on Christmas. You don't know what I did on Christmas. I don't have to come here and report to YouTube and tell y'all what I'm doing today. Y'all don't know what I'm doing behind the scenes. I don't come on here and tell all my business. But see, people are mad the fact that I found a way to make some more money. Thank you for coming here and watching, and thank you for coming here to troll me and try to be nasty. I see your little nasty comment, and guess what, sis? I'm not even going to block you. I'm not even going to block you. I'm going to let you stay. I'm not even going to block you. I don't come on YouTube. I talk about my homeless journey and what I'm going through in this. And if I want to talk about anything else, it's my choice. If I don't want to talk about my daughter, I don't have to talk about my daughter. It's none of your damn business. So if you come here and ask me about my kids, you'll get ignored. You'll get ignored. Because some things are none of your damn business. Yeah, I don't tell y'all every phase of my life. Oh, I'm going here, I'm going there. Like, I'm not a fantasy YouTuber. I don't talk about fantasy. I don't talk about fantasy. You landed an HVAC position. Super excited. I'm studying hard. Oh, good for you. My friend, the guy that my friend from high school, he's an HVAC, and he has HVAC. He got like 4. I guess they give you cards. These HVAC, they look like credit cards. So he had an HVAC business, and he failed. He messed up because he had a drinking problem. He has an alcohol problem. So he ended up messing up his job with HVAC. He was making really good money, but he messed that all up, getting a DUI. He just really messed up his life. Like, I messed up mine, you know. I don't sit around here and bash him, and I'm not bashing myself. Like, I screwed up my life too, but I'm getting my life back together. I'm getting my life back together. I'm getting my life back together. And for the judgmental trolls that come here, baby, I'm ready. Baby, I'm ready. I'm ready. I don't know why. And some people are so funny, right? They come here and really try to find me. They trying to find out my name. They trying to find out where I'm at. They trying to find out what shelter I'm at. They trying to find out where I work at. Why is this so important to y'all? Why is this so important to people that don't even know me? Oh, we have to find out where she works at. We have to report this woman. I don't know you from a can of paint. I just come here and talk about my journey through homelessness. I thought I was doing a good thing. But one thing I don't do is run and hide. I'm not backing down. I don't always address trolls, but one thing I don't do is run and hide in the corner and back down, and no kind of arguments. And half the time I don't even address trolls, but that's why I don't come on here and talk about my personal life as far as the children that I brought into this world. It's none of your goddamn business. Sneakers. Y'all crazy if y'all think that people supposed to be coming on social media telling all their intimate details of their life. It's none of your damn business. None of your damn business. Then they'll try to come here and say, oh, well, you talk about other people. Yeah, I talk about the shelter, and I talk about things that's going on in the shelter. That's not necessarily talking about people, but we all talk. Like, we all sit around. Like, you don't go to work and go on your lunch break and talk to your work bestie about something your boss did. We all talk. Everybody talks. We all talk and have, we all talk about, you know, certain things in our lives. And there's nothing wrong with that. But good morning, everybody. It's almost 40 minutes. I'm trying to wait till I get to my hour, then I can cut this off. But that's why certain things I don't even bring to the attention of people. I don't talk about certain things because certain topics can be sensitive to me and to others. So if I don't need to talk about it, if I don't want to talk about it, when you ask me certain things, it will get ignored. I don't know why people come here and try to ask me, when's your birthday? When I know you're trying to wean down and find out who I am. I understand. I see what people try to do. Oh, what state are you in? What job you do? None of your business. None of your business. And certain things, if you want to know certain things, go watch my videos. Certain videos, you can find certain little things that you're asking about. You can find them in my videos. So please go support and share those videos. Because if you want to know, go listen to my videos. And I know a lot of the trolls, they go into my videos and they read things and they hear things. And then they run with the narrative. And that's okay. Because I don't have to. Like, I don't have to share certain things if I don't freaking want to. And I'm going to be up here talking. Oh, they come here and say, oh, you talk too much. Okay, and you're here watching me. So let's talk about that. I talk too much, but you're here watching my story every day. But that's YouTube for you. YouTube can be the same thing like a regular, like a job, like going into a job, with the petty stuff that you deal with. Even me, when I go to work every day, I got people that can't stand me. I got people that don't like me for no freaking reason at all. He kept applying for jobs. Yes, he was patient in the work and worked his way through things. God is good. Just be patient, Dior. Yeah, be patient, Dior. Everything will work out, man. And that's what I'm doing, being patient. In these 2 years that I've been out here being homeless, sometimes I sit in my car and I be like, yo, I hate my life. I hate this, and I do. But I know that better days are coming for me. Like, better days are coming because guess what I'm doing? I'm putting in the work. I'm putting the work in. I'm not sitting around thinking that somebody's supposed to be handing me this or I deserve that. No, I have to do the work to get the things that I need in my life. So for the people that think that they have a better life than you and I'm doing better, like, this homeless stuff can happen to anybody. It's so many people out here homeless that you wouldn't even know. Like, if I was at work, most of those people at my job don't know I'm homeless. We both at the beach watching the sunrise. Then I came across y'all. Y'all kept y'all dearly on my heart, regardless how you speak to. Thank you for sending me. Oh, that's nice, Dior. Never know who you're going to meet on social media. And social media is a really good place to share information and to talk to people. It definitely can happen to anyone. Did I think that I would be out here homeless and not have my sister or someone to depend on? Yes, there's some people in my life and my family that could have helped me. They just choose not to. And that's okay too. Like, that's their right. They don't have to let me in their house if they don't want to. I still feel some type of way about it because I'm like, damn, you know, if the shoe was on the other foot and they needed me, I know that I would be there for them. Oh, thank you. Not easy skill to acquire. Oh, thank you. A lot of people do say, I'm so scared of public speaking. I would be afraid to talk in front of a lot of people. But I guess I would be afraid the first few minutes. But people do say I talk well. I do. I do have I am a good speaker. But I don't know. There's so many different directions in my life that I want to, there's some things that I want to do and there's some things that I'm doing and I don't even talk about it on my YouTube channel. Some things for people, I'm just going to have to show you later. You know what I'm saying? Certain things that I may be doing behind the scenes. I don't come in here and check in and let y'all know, oh, I'm doing this today, I'm doing that, or I did this. Like, certain things I keep to myself because I want to. And if I want to talk about certain things in my life about this or that, I'll talk about it when I'm ready or if I want to. So, you know what I'm saying? I just have to get through some things. You know what I'm saying? You can't always come here and just put everything out in the open. Some people, and I'm a very emotional person, right? I did certain things on other platforms and it blew up in my face. So I was like, well, you know what? I'm not going to talk about that no more because certain things people are sensitive to. And I don't really care what someone is sensitive to when it comes to my business. Certain things I'm just not going to share because I don't have to. Oh, thank you. Girl, they tell me I talk like a white person. I'm like, what is talking white? What does that mean, talking like a white person? Because I know how to speak well. I could go in and get a job interview. I don't understand. They say I talk like a white person. Oh, thank you. I appreciate that. They say I talk white. I don't understand. I'm like, what is talking white? Knowing how to speak? Like, I grew up in a family where my parents didn't curse. Like, I grew up in a Christian conservative household, right? So we were raised in the church. I never even heard my mom or dad fight. I never heard them say a curse word. Like, I've never heard these things in my house. Yeah, they say speak proper. But speaking proper, only white people do that? Come on now. And I feel the same way. It's super hard at times, especially when kids. But YouTube, I have ran across so many people with the same situations in different states. The government, yeah. Yeah, speaking proper. So I guess I'm supposed to be speaking every other word should be a curse word. And, you know, like some of the girls in the shelter, the ghetto girls, I call them the ghetto girls. A lot of them had moved on, so I'm like happy about that. But one of the girls last night in my room, she got a little crazy and invited somebody outside. She invited the girl outside to catch a fade. She was like, come on outside and catch this fade. I'm like, oh God. So coming outside to catch a fade, what that means is somebody was like, yo, what does that mean to catch a fade? That means come outside and get your butt drugged through the concrete. That's what that means. Come on out here and get your butt beat. So the shelter is a crazy place. But a lot of people in the shelter are angry. A lot of the women in there are angry. They're mad at their situation. They hate being in that shelter. But I'm just like, okay, so you hate being here. So what are you doing to get out of your situation? Because we all have the opportunity every day. We all have 7 days in a week. You have 5 business days to make something shake for yourself. Yes, it's going to be long and hard. Nobody's going to give you a damn thing. Like, nobody going to come here and say, oh, poor thing, you're at a shelter, let's help these girls. Like, that's not going to happen. So you got to dig yourself out of the mud, man. Instead of being angry and being upset at people and lashing out on the other girls in the shelter, because she was like, come on outside and catch this fade. I'm about to drag you. I'm just looking at her like, sis, you feel with anger and you need to check that, because you're not going to get nowhere in life having anger like that. Because when you go to a job and your boss say stuff that's out of the way, you can't react like that. What you going to tell your boss? You going to catch a fade? Like, you going to tell your boss, oh, let's go outside and fight. Everything is not like, you only fight if somebody put their hands on you, baby. Like, fighting somebody because you're mad, like, that doesn't make sense. That's anger. And I feel the same. It's super hard at times, especially when kids. But YouTube, I think I did that one all. Yeah, I read that one. Has got about us. There should be more programs implemented to help those who are trying to help themselves. Yeah. And it's so crazy because women like me in homeless shelter settings, since I have a job, they don't really give me much help. But they'll help the girls that are collecting government assistance. Yeah, the ones that collect the government assistance, because I think they get some kind of portion. They get something. They get some kind of stipends they're getting from these girls that are collecting cash assistance, government assistance. And those girls are the ones that be getting them apartments pretty fast, because they was like, oh, you have to be on the government assistance. Because since I work, they want me to get it out on my own, which is fine. And I'm doing just that. But I'm like, damn, I am trying. So y'all still should try to help me in some kind of way to get me out. Do they staff in the shelters and usually help the kind of situations? Yeah. They have staff in there. They have staff 24 hours around the clock. Well, fights and everything, the staff really didn't do much. The two girls that was there last night, some of the staff members are scared of these women because a lot of the women come from the streets. They come from the hood. They come from, like, you know what I'm saying? They're impoverished. You know, a lot of these girls come from bad neighborhoods. So all they know is like street stuff. Let's fight. The first thing they want to do is fight. Oh, yeah, fighting. That's the key. And I'm just like, you have anger issues that you need to really deal with. And it's crazy because some of these women probably don't have families. They don't have a mom or a dad, or they might not have their dad. They might not have their mom, or they could have came up in diapers. It's so many different situations that people are going through. But you have to look outside the box and say, okay, I don't like my life. I don't like what I did. I don't like this. So let me be more positive and see how my life goes that way. When you live a more positive life, you get more positive results. And that's what some of the girls don't think about, because they're angry. They're filled with anger. Oh, I hate being here. So let me just, see what I can do to start fights with the rest of the girls. Like, that's not fair. And I stay away from that. That's why I say I don't even stay here. I just use the bed. That's it. And I'm out the door. Thank God I have a car. Thank God I have a job. Thank God I'm able to make some extra money. It's crazy work. I remember my mom went through a program that took some of her paycheck, and they stayed in the house for 5 years, and then she was able to buy a house. Oh, great. That makes sense, man. That's really unfortunate. Yeah. The girls are filled with a lot of anger, and I have days where I'm just like tired of this lifestyle, but I know that in 2026, I'm doing the work. So when you're doing the work, you're bound to reap the benefits of doing the work, like putting actions behind it. I'm not just in there talking. I'm doing the work every day, you know. I worked my YouTube channel up. I got monetized. Okay, thank God. This is another stream of income I have for myself. So I'm building myself up every day. So I'm not going to be sitting around depressed and all that. Like, for what? I did this to myself. But a lot of people are still stuck in blaming everybody for, oh, I'm blaming my brother. I'm blaming my sister. No, I'm the blame for what I'm dealing with right now. This is all me. So when you take responsibility for your actions, a lot of those girls in the shelter haven't even took responsibility for the actions that they took to even get in the situation they're in. I did this to my damn self, sis. That's why I found an outlet. I use YouTube as an outlet to talk about it. No, I mean, the girl was popping off last night, and she was actually yelling at me a little bit, but I'm older. I'm 45 years old. I believe this girl last night, I believe she's somewhere probably in her 20s, late 20s or early 30s. She looked like a young chick, right? I was just like, damn. I said, what's up with you? I said, you okay? I said, because you was in here, you never got angry with us before. I said, everybody in this room was actually okay. I said, what's wrong with you today? I said, I feel like you got a lot of anger inside you. I'm trying to talk to her in a caring kind of way, thinking that she'll turn around and say, oh, I'm sorry, y'all, but she didn't. So I stopped the conversation. So then the other white girl proceeded to get involved. And the other white girl, she's a young girl. I think she's like 21. So all she doing is popping off. But me being older, I'm trying to talk to young girl, like, sis, what's up with you? Like, you okay? Like, I never seen you mad at us like this before. I said, you never came in this room and treated us like you treating us today. I said, as much as I know, as long as I've been in this room, I've never had
Well, so we don't steal in this room. She was like, somebody stole this. I'm like, no one stole anything from you. We don't steal in here. And then 5 minutes later, she goes back and finds whatever she said that someone stole. So I know with her, she got a lot of mental problems going on inside her head. And I said, what's up with you today? I said, you seem real angry today. I said, did something happen? I'm trying to talk her. I'm trying to turn the situation around. So sometimes you could talk to people and turn that anger around. Like maybe you need somebody to listen to you. So I was talking to her and it didn't work. So then the white girl chimed in and the white girl kind of went overboard with it. She followed the girl out the room and trying to talk. She escalated the situation. It didn't really need to be escalated because the girl she wasn't trying to fight me. She was aggressive, but I wasn't scared of her or anything like that. But I was like, sis, no one's stealing any of your stuff. I said, no one touched none of your stuff. And I said, we've been really nice and gracious to you. And I said, there was a lot of things that you was doing in this room that we didn't even say anything to you about. You know what I'm saying? So, but she in the room just trying to dog everybody out. Like, all y'all do is sit around here and lay around all day. I agree with you. I agree with that statement. But I know for damn sure you're not talking about me because I'm never here. So, I don't know who you're talking about. But I said, you must be talking about these girls because it's 2 girls in my room that work. Me and this other white chick. So, all the other girls, they do be laying around all day. I agree with you. But the white girl was kind of escalating the situation and that's when the girl was like, you can come outside and catch this fade. So I was like, girl, y'all need to stop. So I'm cracking up and inside my heart, I'm cracking up because I didn't want to egg her on. But I'm like, sis, what's wrong with you? I said, you okay? I said, you all right? So I tried to turn the situation around. I didn't want to escalate her. And that for darn wasn't scared. But that's the kind of things that happen inside these homeless shelters in America. A lot of angry women. We ain't got nobody to be angry or mad about but ourselves because we put ourselves in these situations and we got to get ourselves out. We ended up HL because my baby dad decided he wanted to work. Had to pay rent. He got fired. Oh wow! Out on the streets in the rain. Wow, that's crazy. No one ever get that done. But we weren't in a better headspace when I'm listening to. And I never failed a drug test since I've been clean almost. Oh, good. You've been clean for a year and a half. Good for you. Yay, Dior cartel. Good for you. And like I said, the other shelter I was in, it was a lot of drug use there because it was in the inner city. So it's a difference between being in a shelter in the city and being in a shelter that's kind of like out of the city. So it was a big difference. But this has been an experience. It's an experience for 2 years that I've been homeless and I've seen a lot. But I wasn't raised in the streets, you know what I'm saying? I'm a country girl. So I was like I said, I never even heard my parents like cursing at each other. I never heard my mom say a curse word my entire life. So that's the type of family that I was around. Like my mom and dad, like never heard them arguing with each other. Like if they argued, they were in the room arguing to themselves. But I never even heard them curse. I never even heard my dad say a curse word. But I cuss. I do cuss when I get angry or something like that. But I don't cuss like that. I'm not like a sailor. But I do say some curse words now. But for the most part, everything's going to get better. And I appreciate you guys coming here watching my journey, my story. But I always share like things that happen. Go to the place and get tested monthly. The shelter is a bit much for me. I wish I didn't have to stay in the shelter, but I don't. Saying some people be like, oh, I couldn't do the shelter stuff. Like I'm doing it because I have to. I don't have a choice. I'm not here because I want to be. You know what I'm saying? I'm not at the shelter because I desire to be there. I'm just there because I need to be because I need shelter. It's too cold to be. It's too cold to be out here in the streets, honey. Because some people be in the streets and some people refuse to go to shelters. But I stayed in my car a little bit in the summertime and before I went to this new shelter from being kicked out of the other one, I stayed in my car a couple of nights and it was chilly. It wasn't cold to the point that I couldn't take it, but now it's too cold. Like you'll wake up, you might not even wake up. You might freeze to death in your car. So I'm like, no, I'm there because I have to be, not because I want to be. And I'm trying to make the best of it because, I put myself in this situation. Do you see yourself getting out of the shelter sooner than later? I see myself. I would say I don't give myself even a time. I just say when it's time for me to go, I'm gonna go. I have things that I'm doing behind the scenes and some things I don't even speak about or talk about, but I want to be out the shelter within the next couple of months, you know. I say in 2026, I see myself getting out of this situation. When? A couple of months? I don't know. I can't put a time on it. I don't really know. I don't want to give myself a time because I don't know. But trust me, I'm working hard. I'm doing what I gotta do. Sooner than later, definitely sooner. Definitely sooner and never later. Soon as possible. I would love to, but there's still a lot of that I have to do. You know what I mean? It's not easy with having an eviction on your record, and there's so many different avenues that I can go into. So I'm going different avenues to try to seek housing, but it's a process. It's not something that I could just snap of a finger and get done. So good morning, Sean. How you doing? How's it going? Happy Monday to everybody in the chat. As soon as I reach my hour, it's like 58 minutes now. As soon as it gets to an hour, I got to go into this gym and do me some kind of exercise because I have some running around to do. It's my last day off before I go back to work on tomorrow. Got to go back to work, y'all. And I actually really like my job. I just don't like a lot of the people that I have to work with. You know, my what do they call it? I just don't like a lot of people that I gotta be dealing with at work, but I like my job actually. And I thank you guys for helping me today. Like coming to my live stream, I see 22 people gave me a thumbs up, and I got 26 people watching me. That'd be nice if I could just get the rest of those likes to match the viewers. That'd be amazing. Because the reason why, if you go to a YouTube channel that's like serious about their YouTube, they want you guys to like, they want you guys to share if you want to. I say share if you want to. I don't force you to do anything. But one thing I do ask, if you come in the room, please give me a like, because that helps the algorithm, right? It helps the algorithm. It helps them get people to my channel. And it helps the algorithm know that, hey, she's here every day. They see that I'm here every day. And I was doing all of this stuff before I got monetized. So I'm not just trying to do extra things on my YouTube channel. Good morning, Lori. How you doing? Miss Laura Smith. How you doing? Happy Monday to everybody. If you guys come into the chat, please give me a like, give me a thumbs up, support the channel. I appreciate you guys. And a lot of people come back. They come here every day. So I appreciate you guys. I see you. I appreciate you. And I thank you for all your shares, your likes, your donations, and everything. Like that pace. 2026 is going to be our year. Amen to that. It's going to be such an amazing year. It's going to be a year that I'm never going to forget in my life, because I'm going to always remember this. Like, I vlogged all of my journey of being homeless and losing 23 and 23. Thank you guys. I appreciate that. You guys are amazing. So I'm gonna go to this gym and work out, but 2026 is definitely going to be a year for me, and it's going to be a year for you too. Of better things are happening, greater things are coming. Sometimes it's greater, and it's sometimes greater later, right? We always don't get great. We can't get anything like right now. Nothing happens right now. But what I did with my life, I changed my ways. I changed my life. I changed my ways. I changed some things that I was doing. I did some things wrong. I don't sit here and say, hey, I'm perfect. Everybody's attacking me. I'm not that type of person. I say, hey, I take accountability for my actions, you know? Very rare for me to stick around on the live long, but genuinely enjoy your thank you conversation. Definitely felt like I benefited spending time here. Oh, thank you. I appreciate it. Thank you guys. Dior, 2026 is going to be a better year for all of us. I think I want to be on my YouTube channel and try to help others. Good. Go ahead. Do it. If you're learning HVAC, share your information. That's what I was telling my friend. Share your information. You can get paid for sharing your information. Shoot, you can get paid for telling your own business on social media nowadays. You know, I'm sharing my journey, and now I'm monetized and I'm getting paid a little extra money. It's not a lot of money. You know, it's not, I don't make the money on YouTube where I can, you know, quit my day job, but it's some money. So if you can make some extra money on social media with whatever you have, if you have a craft, if you know how to do makeup, if you know how to do hair, you know your HVAC, share your HVAC information, share your school information. You're going to HVAC school, share that information, because someone needs that information. It's so much free information out here. We don't have to pay for stuff. Like, you see a lot of YouTubers and stuff try to say, oh, I'm going to teach a class. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that. I'm like, sis, the information that this person is giving you is information that you can find yourself. Yeah, acknowledge your challenges and mistakes and then move forward. Yep, that's exactly what I did. I messed up. I ain't going to lie. I screwed up my own life. I can't blame my screw ups on the next person. Because if you blaming people for your screw ups, you ain't gonna never get nowhere. Because you have to first say, hey, I did this. Take accountability. And I took accountability a long time ago. It's so funny talking about taking accountability, because sometimes when you talk about your story, a lot of people don't want to hear your story because they start telling you to take accountability. Like my family, my sister, she told me that, oh, you need to take accountability. I took accountability a long time ago. What are you talking about? But some people don't want to hear you, so they tell you, they try to just make you feel bad. I said, girl, I took accountability for my actions a long time ago, baby. I'm not sitting around here blaming anybody for my actions. You know what I'm saying? I did stuff that I did that wasn't so right, and I'm making better light of I'm making better choices. Shoot, you can be any age making mistakes, but I learned from my mistakes for surely this time, child. I really did, but I'm gonna talk to you guys later. Have a great day. Thank you. It's a guy on YouTube with a channel. He has his own HVAC business and bought a nice car. Yeah, my friend does HVAC, but he messed up. He's got a DUI. He's an alcoholic, and I told him, I said, listen, you got to get your life together, brother. You got to get your life together. You're too old to be out here making these errors, and so am I. So am I. I said, so what are you doing to make better choices? You can't be messing up your money. He messed up his promising HVAC business, and he can get it back. I told him, I said, well, you can go on YouTube and talk about your HVAC and try to train people and teach them the HVAC game. I told him he could do that. You can't just sit around and cry and whine about this and that. You got to put some actions behind that. So I'm just trying to find my shower shoes because I want to take a shower, but it's looking like I can't find them. Child, I don't know where they are. But I'm going to talk to you guys later. You guys have an amazing day. Thanks for everybody that came by. How you doing? Good morning, everybody. I'll talk to you guys later on, okay? Y'all have a